The Detroit Pistons once led by 30 points against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. And don't even let me tell you guys yet what Cade Cunningham's plus minus was. It has to be like a team history high. I can't wait to talk to you guys about this incredibly fun game, incredibly fun W by the Detroit Pistons. Let's get into it on today's episode of the Locked On Pistons podcast.
You are Locked On Pistons, your daily Detroit Pistons podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Danny Johnson with 1 second to go.
What's the deal? Welcome back to another episode of the Locked On Pistons podcast. Per usual, I'm your host, Kuka Hill. You can find me over on Twitter at Kuka Hill. I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We're free and available on all your podcast platforms. And if you have not already, or if you're one of the 51% of people who are watching this on YouTube and have not hit that subscribe button yet, we are just under, I think we're just over 40 subscribers as of right now to 2,000 subscribers. So again, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the podcast, continuing to show Locked On. We are the best and fastest growing fan base at the Locked On Network. So again, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's the best way to support the podcast. I'd really appreciate it. The Pistons had an incredible game against the Atlanta Hawks, man. Incredible game. Wednesday night, the Pistons led by 30 points at one point on the Atlanta Hawks. Cade Cunningham, let me tell you guys this real quick. Just get this out the way. The Pistons won this game by 21 points, 122-101. Cade Cunningham was plus 43. The Pistons outscored the Hawks by 43 points when Cade Cunningham was on the floor. 43. That has to be like a team history high. It has to be. It has to be like a team history high. That isn't, I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's wild. That is insane. Insane. Just overall, this game was just so much fun to watch from if you're a Pistons fan. Obviously, not so much fun if you're a Hawks fan. And before we even talk about anything else, I have to give props to the Pistons defense. Now, obviously, that's not going to be the most fun, most popular thing to hear. But listen, Trae Young had 21 points on 9 of 18 shooting. But I promise you guys, it was the most difficult and the most uncomfortable, hardest 21 points and 50% shooting that he'll ever have in his entire life. The Pistons made it incredibly tough on Trae Young the entire night, kept him uncomfortable all night, switching Isaiah Stewart onto him. He continued to try to go after Isaiah Stewart, and Isaiah Stewart just continued to shut him down over and over and over. The Pistons, I don't know what they have against Trae Young. I don't know what kind of dirt they got on him, but now this is 2 games in a row against him. They've done an incredible job of just keeping him locked up and just making life incredibly hard on him. Now, again, he still ended the game with 21 points on 50% shooting, but I swear to God, if you guys just watched the game, it was literally the most uncomfortable 21 points he'd ever had. He had to work for every single bucket that he got out there. It was a slugfest out there for him. So the Pistons defense did an incredible job, and it definitely was the main reason they won this game. Their defense was just absolutely was incredible on Trae Young. Incredible stuff. Again, most uncomfortable 21 points Trae Young will ever score in his life. But the Pistons, man, they had offensive contributions from 8 different players on the team that played. All 8 of these players scored in double figures. And that's not even including Isaiah Stewart, who only ended the game with 8 points. If he gets to 10 points, you're looking at almost everyone who played meaningful minutes outside DeMarco Pickett, who ended up playing the last 5 minutes. Only Isaiah Stewart was not was the only rotational player not to score in double figures this game. Saddiq Bey, 10 points. Jeremy Grant, 21. Corey Joseph, 11. Cade Cunningham, 17. Killian Hayes, 13. Marvin Bagley, 13. Ronnie Magruder, 10. And Kelly Olynyk, 16. This was not just some dominant performance from one Piston. This wasn't some backpack carry session from Cade Cunningham or Jeremy Grant or Saddiq Bey. This was an evened out, complete obliteration from each Piston on the team of the Atlanta Hawks. This was the most fun game, I think, of the season. The best this team has looked all season. They moved the ball great, impeccable. They looked for each other. They found the best shot possible. I mean, the most shots taken on this team by a player was Saddiq Bey with 13 and Marvin Bagley with 13. And a lot of Marvin Bagley's shots came at the end of the game when he was just getting threes up. He ended up taking 4 3. I think 3 of them came in the final 4 minutes of the game. So no one ball hogged the ball. No one, controlled a lot of shot attempts. This literally was just an even obliteration of the Atlanta Hawks from literally top to bottom of every player in this rotation. This is incredible. This was an incredible game to watch. By far the Pistons' best game of the season, in my opinion. The best they've looked together, the best team chemistry they've exhibited on the court, not just offensively, but defensively, communicating, playing really well together. It was an incredible game by the Pistons, man. Incredible game. And I know, the tanking guys, you want the lottery odds to go up. Listen, if Cade Cunningham's going to go plus 43 on the court and win a game, so what? So what? You don't get a loss of the lottery odds. Who cares? Who cares about it, bro? I don't care. I don't care even a little bit. You're going to get this kind of contributions from the entire roster. You're going to see this kind of continued improvement from Killian Hayes. I don't care. You're going to see Cade Cunningham continue to show that he's the rookie of the year by absolutely just dominating this game in every facet possible. Then who cares? Jeremy Grant scoring 21 points in just 11 shots. Who cares? Sadiq Bey on his way to breaking the Pistons single-season three-point record. Who freaking cares? Screw the tank. Screw the lottery odds. If the Pistons are meant to get the first pick, they'll get the first pick. Screw all that stuff. The Pistons went out there and played an excellent brand of basketball. One of the most fun games. I guarantee you everyone that was in attendance at Little Caesars Arena appreciated this performance. It was a fun game with multiple highlights. I won't be surprised if the Pistons have like 5 players on the NBA's top 10 countdown plays of the night. I wouldn't be surprised. They had that many highlight plays in this game. It was just overall not only a great game, but a fun game full of highlights. And again, I said this earlier, I think this was the Pistons' best game of the season. Just incredible game. Really, really, really fun game. From top to bottom. Give it up to all these guys, every single one of them, even the veterans and Corey Joseph and Magruder. Both of those guys played really well as well. So just give it up to all these guys. They played extremely well. Give it up to Dwayne Casey for getting these guys to come out and perform after coming out slow and falling way behind in the last game. They came out this game with a lot of energy, executed the offensive game plan, but even more importantly, completely executed the defensive plan on Trae Young and the rest of the Atlanta Hawks. It was an absolute masterclass on both sides of the floor by the Detroit Pistons. Gotta give it up to everyone out there. When we come back, we'll talk about more about Cade Cunningham's play and why he's continuing to show that he is the rookie of the year. I don't want to hear no Evan Mobley talk. Cade's continuing to show that he's the rookie of the year. We'll talk about that when we come back. But first, I have to tell you guys about some of our sponsors. First up, let me tell you a little bit about TrueBill. Do you know why free trials renew without your consent is a business scam out to get you? Don't let greedy corporations pocket your money. Download TrueBill to take control of your subscriptions. TrueBill is the new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions so you don't need, want, or simply forgot about. On average, people save up to $720 a year with TrueBill. Because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel, TrueBill makes it incredibly simple. Just link your accounts and TrueBill will cancel your online subscriptions in just one tap. And your TrueBill concierge is there when you need them to cancel online subscriptions so you don't have to. TrueBill has over 2 million users that help them save over $100 million. Like Matthew B., who says, quote unquote, in a matter of seconds, I saved $660 for the year on my DirecTV bill, saved $120 for the year on my SiriusXM bill, and saved $840 a year on car insurance, end quote. So don't fall for the subscription scams. Start canceling today at truebill.com/LockedOnNBA. Again, go right now to truebill.com/LockedOnNBA. It could save you thousands a year. Then let me tell you about another one of our sponsors, our new sponsor, NBA Top Shot. NBA Top Shot is the official licensed NFT of the NBA. Connect with a community of hundreds or thousands of NBA fans as a natural progression of fantasy sports, a way to upgrade your experience as an NBA fan. This is the future of what being an NBA fan looks like. Just like trading cards. I remember going into the store when I was a kid and seeing these NBA cards. Everyone loved getting these little player cards and having fun with them. That's basically NBA Top Shots. I signed up for NBA Top Shot immediately as soon as I got in. I got one of my first little NFTs. It was Jeremy Grant dunking on Daniel Tice last season. And guess what? You can collect these moments. They go into your collection. You can trade them with other people, different moments. It's basically like cards. You have a moment. It belongs to you. You can trade it with someone else, just like trading cards. It's a lot of fun. Just like it's also kind of like fantasy sports too. And that every night you have the ability to capitalize in the market if you're able to predict the NBA's top performers. And they have all kinds of investors, including the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan, and Kevin Durant, and not to mention legendary actor Will Smith. There are also a lot of NBA players in the community like Tyrese Halliburton, Cole Anthony, and Harrison Barnes. I hear people ask all the time, Why would I buy a highlight where I can just watch it on YouTube for free? It's not just about watching a highlight. It's about having ownership stake in what's akin to a stock market for the NBA's greatest highlights. If you were to tell someone in 1916 that your piece of cardboard with Babe Ruth's face on it would be worth millions one day, everyone would think you're crazy. This is the opening tip-off of a digital age, and the NBA's officially licensed NFT will be a big part of that digital age. Imagine when NFTs are even mainstream on social media. You will be able to flex what you own around the world instantly, constantly. No binders or shoot boxes. If you sign up for Top Shot today, the best way to start is by getting yourself a starter pack. You can pull an NFT of a superstar like LeBron James or KD or star rookies like our Rookie of the Year, Cade Cunningham, for just $9. And if you don't pull your favorite player from your starter pack, you can snag a moments from the marketplace that appeals to you. Challenges are the best way to earn exclusive moments NFT rewards. Complete challenges to unlock exclusive NFTs. You can treat Top Shot like the best of daily fantasy sports. Top Shot's moments can get you access to events and can be used in fantasy mini games on a regular basis. So again, make sure you guys go check out NBA Top Shot. A ton of fun and the best way to continue as an NBA fan. So I want to thank you guys again for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We are free and available on all your podcast platforms. And if you have not already, head to our YouTube channel at Locked On Pistons. We're on our road to 2,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. Best way to support the podcast on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Continue to show Locked On. We are the best and fastest growing fan base at the Locked On Network. So again, Locked On Pistons, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. But Cade Cunningham, man, is continuing to showcase why he is the Rookie of the Year. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of arguing about it. Listen, Cade Cunningham's the best rookie in the NBA, man. When has Evan Mobley gone plus 43 in a game, huh? When has he done that? Let me tell you guys Cade's last 14 games. And this was tweeted out by StatMuse. If you guys are on Twitter, StatMuse is the famous big account that kind of has like the animated pictures of the players. They'll tweet out their stats and it's an animated picture of the guy underneath. Really cool account. But let me tell you guys the 14 games that they tweeted out. 17, 6, and 8. 25, 3, and 7. 15, 10, and 6. 23, 9, and 10. 27, 8, and 6. 22, 6, and 4. 28, 10, and 6. 29, and 3. 22, 12, and 5. 29, and 5. 19, 5, and 6. 25, 7, and 3. 17, 6, and 6. And tonight, 28, and 6. And they tweeted it out. Forget Rookie of the Year. Those are all-star numbers. You are damn right. Screw Rookie of the Year. He's playing like an all-star. He is playing like an all-star. You guys asked me, I believe it was like way earlier in the season, one of you guys submitted to the mailbag asking, how long do you think it's going to be until Cade becomes an all-star? How long do you think that's going to happen? And I told you guys originally, probably like 2 to 3 years because the team wouldn't be that good. He wouldn't get that kind of national coverage because of it. So he wouldn't be put into the all-star game. I lied. I was completely wrong. This dude will be an all-star next season. Cade Cunningham will be an all-star next season. I'll tell you guys why. One, he's already starting to get national hype. Guys are noticing how great this dude is, what he's doing out here, and the fact that he's leading the Pistons to wins when they're trying to tank. Tanking and losing teams are actively losing games on purpose and trying to lose. The Pistons are trying to lose games and keep up in the lottery, but they can't because Cade keeps winning them games. They have the guy, and he will not allow them to tank. He will not allow them to lose games. And how can you be mad about it? When you have the guy and he's getting you wins like this, you can't be mad because now you have what you need. You should be happy that that's happening. So that's one. That's the main reason, or one of the main reasons. Two, he's simply playing like one. When you get the national attention, they're going to go look at your box score. That's the quickest way people are going to go look or figure out if you're an all-star. You tell me if those last 14 games don't tell you all-star. They do, 100%. Thirdly, he's creating a lot of relationships across the league. Now, not in the kind of sense where people need to be worried about him potentially leaving Detroit. I seriously, like Cade, just to hit on that real quick, I can't imagine Cade leaving Detroit, like ever. I can't imagine him leaving Detroit ever. Cade seems to generally like Detroit. He goes out of his way to talk highly about Detroit. His camp, Aston, constantly goes out of his way to communicate with the fan base, talk about how they're here for the long haul. They know they're here to bring Detroit back to the top of the world. This isn't like a Zion situation or any other, literally not a single other first overall pick. When's the last overall pick or number one overall pick that has accepted the city and Damian Lillard was a number one overall pick, but kind of like Dame has. This is exactly the same kind of attitude Cade has towards Detroit and his camp has towards Detroit. The same kind of attitude Dame has. And Dame was a number one overall pick, but just usually with number overall picks and they go to a small market, you immediately like, oh yeah, get him out of here. You got to get him out of there. I seriously don't think Cade, I have zero worries about him leaving. But I kind of got sidetracked there. Basically what I was trying to say is he's building relationships across the league. You got players like KD talking about him. You got people like Dame talking about him. You got people like Donovan Mitchell talking about him. You got him trading jerseys with people after the games. After each game, the best player on the other team's coming up to Cade and talking with him and trading jerseys and talking about him in the post game. So guys respect him. Players respect him. He's going to get player votes because guys like him and they know who he is. So all those things coming to him, especially with the Pistons likely to have a top pick this upcoming offseason with some cap space, he is going to be an all-star next year. He's going to lead the Pistons back to the promised land at some point in the future. But next year, I'm saying it right now, on March 23rd, 9:54 p.m., Cade Cunningham will be an all-star for the 2022-2023 season. Book it. It's happening. It's absolutely happening. And tonight's game, or last night's game on the 23rd against the Atlanta Hawks, he shoots 58% from the field, 17 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. Now, those aren't just mind-blowing numbers. But if you watch the game, first of all, 17, 8, and 6 probably are all-star numbers, first of all. Let's just get that out the way. You're contributing in every factor, and you're doing it only 12 shots, 58%. Those right there probably are all-star numbers. But they're not just mind-blowing numbers. However, Cade was part of the defense that kept Trae Young so uncomfortable the majority of the game. 2, the Atlanta Hawks are completely more talented than the Pistons. They out-talent them everywhere. But Cade Cunningham led the ship. He led the offense. The offense was fluid the entire night, and that is thanks to their superstar in the making in Cade Cunningham. He affects the game in every single way, offensively, creating for others, scoring. His ability, you remember at the beginning of the season, we were talking about how actually even before the season, he has such a silky shot. Like even if he can't get to the rim, he's going to be a lights out shooter. And then at the beginning of the season, it was, he's relying too much on his jumper. Is he going to be able to get to the rim? Is he showing that he doesn't know how to get to the rim? Like how he's been playing recently just blows all those worries out the water. He makes everyone who said those things look stupid because he literally gets to the rim whenever he wants. Not off explosion and just like dunking on people or just speeding right by people. Cade has like this change of pace, and that's something that you need as a guy that gets to the rim. If you could change pace on guys and use your balance and knock them off their balance and know when to change gears, you'll be able to get to the rim wherever you want. He does that so just effortlessly. He gets to the rim whenever he wants, and he uses his 7-foot wingspan to just finish around guys. There'll be times when Cade jumps from like just outside the block and he's not close to the rim yet. And he doesn't even jump high. He just extends around the rim and all of a sudden his arm's at the rim because he has such long arms. Like, how foolish do those people at the beginning of the season look when they saying that they had questions about him being able to get to the rim? Literally, that's what he's great at now. Now the questions are, when's he going to get the outside shot to come along? Driving to the rim and finishing around the rim isn't a question. It isn't a question at all. He just bullies people when he gets around there. Imagine after an offseason of strength and conditioning, he's just going to destroy guys. Not to mention the fact that he dances on dude. I forget who it was. I think it was Okongwu? He completely danced on Okongwu, and then after dancing on him, got him to the rim, pump faked him, and got and one off of it. It was just a silky smooth move. Nothing too crazy. No between the legs, explosion around the rim, Jalen Green type stuff. No, nothing like that. But just simply silky smooth and perfection, just like he's using a sewing machine and taking each thread so delicately and just putting together the most perfect and precise moves. Like, Cade Cunningham's legit, man. That's basically what I'm saying. He's him. He is him. He's the rookie of the year. He will be an all-star next year. You guys want to know where I got that metaphor from? It was a bar Eminem used in one of his recent songs. So yes, I did steal a bar. But either way, Cade Cunningham is him. That's the general point. And he's the rookie of the year. And last night's game against the Atlanta Hawks just further proves it. A plus 43. My God, dude. I've never seen that before in my life. When we come back, Killian Hayes. Don't forget. Don't you think I forgot about that agenda? Don't you think I forgot about my Killian Hayes agenda? He is getting better and better and better. I can't wait for next season. Can't wait to tell you guys in this third segment about what I saw in last night's game against Atlanta Hawks. But first, let me tell you guys a little bit about one of our sponsors, BetOnline.net. It's that time of year again, as college basketball tournament is finally upon us. From all the latest odds, contests, and player props, BetOnline.net is the #1 source for all your sports betting needs and info. BetOnline remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering information needs, including live betting in your favorite Vegas casino games. MLB is back. You can go over there with MLB. When football comes back, you can go over there with football, hockey, all kinds of sports. And I told you guys in the last podcast, BetOnline.net had the over-under of the Warriors game at 260, and I told you, or what was, no, it was at 226, and I told you guys, take the under. I was completely right. Now, I should have told you guys to take Orlando Magic to beat the Warriors, but I wasn't that risky. Now, tonight, we got the Los Angeles Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers to get the over-under at 226. I'm going to take the over on this guy. I don't think the Lakers can play any defense. So go ahead and take the over. That is -107 over at betonline.net. That's my suggestion for you guys. If you guys want to check out some other lines and have some fun over there, head to the website today. Use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in action again. Or trends in action today. Again, head to the website today, betonline.net, or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in action today. BetOnline, where the game starts. So I want to thank you guys again for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We're free and available on all your podcast platforms. If you haven't already, head to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. On the road to 2,000 subscribers, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys go do all that. I'd really appreciate it. As I'm recording this, I'm looking at myself in the camera. I see I don't have my necklace on, man. I don't feel like myself without my necklace. Do I gotta have my necklace on? But Killian Hayes, don't think I forgot, man. Cade Cunningham, he's him. He's that dude. The whole team playing really well. 8 guys in double figures. The defense, I'm sorry, my alarm just went off for some reason. But the overall defense from Trae Young, tremendous. All that stuff. But my guy, number 7, his jersey will be up behind me sooner rather than later. I'm getting that jersey. He went out there and balled today. And he continues to show progress and improvement and improvement and improvement. He's gotten better as the seasons went on and went on and went on. So before I get to his play, I just want to say he played 33 minutes tonight. Corey Joseph already played 17. I'm liking this trend that Dwayne Casey's doing. He's playing him a lot of minutes. He should be playing him a lot of minutes, especially when he's playing this well. I just really like that minutes disparity right there between Killian Hayes and Corey Joseph. So Killian ended this game with 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals on 5 of 9 shooting from the field, 1 of 2 from deep, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Really good game from Killian, man. He's continuing to attack the basket much more than he has at any point in his career. As the season has went on and as he's gotten older and as he's gotten more games under his belt, you're starting to see him get more aggressive, starting to figure out things on the way to the basket, starting to realize that, okay, there's this one move that he does. And yes, he does need to improve his right hand. He needs that is a very big thing he has to improve. He has to be able to get to his right hand and get all the way to the rim. However, he now has figured out this one move where he'll go drive right, give you a little hesitation once he gets to his spot around the high post area. He give you a hesi and then give you a crossover back to his left between the legs, and it usually gets him to the rim every time. I love that move. He did that move 2 games ago, and he got to the rim, missed the layup, but still you like that move. Tonight he did it again, got to the rim, scored this time. I just really like what we're seeing from Killian Hayes. Just his attitude and the way he's going about it. If he was hitting like for example, if he scored 15 points or whatever on hitting 3 threes, I probably wouldn't be as ecstatic. Actually, I lied. I would be. But it would be a little bit fluky because outside shooting is going to come and go, and that he's still working on that, and that's something he's going to have to improve on this offseason. Now, what he can improve on right now, and what I've really wanted to see from him, was his aggressiveness. He needs to continue to get that aggressiveness going to the basket. That's the biggest part of his game because he can do that. He can do that right now. It's just a matter of is he going to choose to do that? Is he going to have that aggressive mentality to do it? So the fact that that's how he's playing better, that's why he's playing better over the last few weeks as he's getting better and better and better, because he's being more aggressive, getting to the basket. That I think that says really good things about him. Really good things. And I loved watching it, man. You guys know I loved watching it. I'm going to say this right now. I think Killian's going to be really good next year. I'm going to go out there. I made a prediction earlier, Cade Cunningham All-Star next year. I think Killian's going to be a really good player next year. There's other guys that I've obviously thought were going to be good. Stanley Johnson, when I was younger, I thought Stanley would be good. Sekou, last year, I thought Sekou would end up being good. Obviously, he's not. I don't think he's in the league right now, unless is he on the Lakers still? I think he's out the league right now, or on the G League team. But either way, obviously, there's been some guys that you guys have seen me say I think we're going to be good. and we're not good. And then there's guys like Bruce Brown, who I thought were going to be good, and I think he's been pretty damn good. The difference with all those guys and Killian, I seriously can't see. I just can't envision him being a bust. I can't. He has too good of a foundation. Like those other guys, Sekou was really raw. There were some things I liked about him. I loved his. Like, I'm not going to go into a whole Sekou thing, but you guys know I really like Sekou, and there's some things that were interesting and some flashes there that you really liked. But he was just an incredibly raw prospect. Same thing with Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson had a lot of talent, a lot of skill in certain areas, but he was just really raw. Killian just has like a. It's just too. It's too hard. I can't see him being a bust, man. He has incredibly high IQ. He's already a really damn good passer. He knows how to play within offense. You're going to keep the ball moving. He's a high level passer, really good transitional passer, can run an offense. Like he has that foundation to just be like an okay NBA player. He has that foundation there. Like it's too hard for me with a guy like that has that type of foundation. It's just too hard for me to envision him not getting good. Like, if you guys get what I'm saying, you guys agree with me, let me know in the comment section down below. Obviously, if you disagree with me, also let me know. But it's just like, obviously, he has a lot of things to work on to become a really good player. But it's just, I can't see him not becoming good because he has a foundation. It's just, if he doesn't become good, this one's really going to hurt me. I'm just going to tell you guys this one. If Killian doesn't become really good, it's really going to hurt me because he's the one out of all the guys I've championed and tried to root for and stood behind. He has that like foundational base that is just like, there's no way. There's just no way. There's no way he can't become good. Maybe he doesn't become like a high quality starter. Maybe he just becomes an average starter. Maybe he becomes a high quality backup. But he has to become one of those. There's no way he just flames out the NBA. There's zero way. I refuse to believe it. There's no chance. He has too good of a foundation for that. I can't. There's no way I can believe that. I can't see that in his future. I can't. Anyways, I got off in a little tangent about his future, but his game against Atlanta Hawks, I really loved it. It continued his progression as it getting to the rim and finishing around the rim. I honestly thought there was probably like 2 drives that he sure got a foul done. There was one on Okongwu. He ended up on the ground, I believe, at the end of the third quarter. I feel like he got fouled in that one. I've talked with a few people, and they say that the reason why he doesn't get these fouls is because when he gets pushed, he falls away from the basket instead of going through the push. I guess if you try fighting through it and you go underneath, it kind of sells it a little bit more. If you just fall away, it looks like you're running away from contact, even though I don't feel like he's running away from contact. He's kind of getting pushed on these drives, but I get it. Hopefully he learns that he starts to play maybe a little bit more physical getting to the basket and tries to go through it. Maybe then he'll get more foul calls. But either way, really good game from him tonight. Overall game was active defensively, active offensively as a scorer and a facilitator, active on the boards. And I'll say this as well. He had multiple dunks tonight. I was going to say this. All he needs to figure out, and I hope he figures out this offseason, if he trains with Ashton, Cade's trainer, I'd love it. All Killian needs to literally figure out is, hey, I'm 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan. That's literally all he has to figure out with pretty good hops. I'm 6'5" with pretty good hops and a 6'8" wingspan. I should be able to bully through guys. It just should be that easy. And if guys try to go up with me, I should just dunk. Like as soon as he realizes how big he is, like once he realizes that he is bigger than these guys guarding him, like oh hey, I'm 6'5", I'm not 6 foot. I don't need to play small. Once he plays his size, that should unlock everything for him. And you're starting to see that happen more and more and more as the season goes on. Hopefully he continues to close the season out like this. But I'm loving what I'm seeing. The Killian Hayes train is still going, everybody. It's still going. I think we're going to greener patches, man. I think we're going really good. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I can see it. It's right there, and we're still going. I'm the captain of the train. You guys can all hop on. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I can see it, and it's coming close. Really liked what I saw from him. But again, great win by the Detroit Pistons over the Atlanta Hawks. Just contributions from top to bottom. Love that game. I'm sure you guys did too. It was a fantastic game by the Pistons. But that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you guys for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We are free and available on all your podcast platforms. Make sure you guys are making Locked On NBA your second listen of every day. Locked On experts covering the biggest stories around the NBA every Monday through Friday in less than 30 minutes. It's free and available wherever you get your podcast. I want to thank you guys again for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. Make sure you go ahead to the YouTube channel at Locked On Pistons. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. Best way to support the podcast. Until the next one on Friday, I will see you guys there. Peace out, everybody. Great Pistons win. Stay safe and go Pistons.